It's actually something that you already know, but let us just pronoun reference, although it is very simple, but you have to be very careful, especially in tests, because in reading text, you don't only meet one person or one thing, and the pronoun will always refer to those things. But you will encounter with more than one person, and then maybe more than one thing, okay, or experiences or whatever that can be referred to for a pronoun. Okay, so when you find answers for the questions, if you misunderstood the pronoun, then you may wrongly answer the question. Okay, so for pronoun reference, you have to be very careful. Okay, let us just start the first slide, but before that, switch on your camera, please. Switch on your camera. All right. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, the first slide is about reading comprehension skills, skimming, and scanning. So this two is very basic. Is something that you did, you do it always, but then maybe you don't realize that you are actually doing skimming, you are actually doing scanning. Okay. Um, the importance of knowing which is of course for your tests or exams, because in tests or exams you are basically depending on the commands and instruction. So if the instruction asks you to scan, then you need to scan. If the instruction asks you to skim, then you only need to skim. If the instruction asks you to find main idea, or find supporting detail, or find topic sentence, thesis statement, then you have to give answers based on the instruction. So that is why you need to know, although you may have done it. Okay. So skimming and scanning is a type of speed reading. Okay, you read quickly. Okay, to gather the most important information or the gist. So you are gathering only the general information that you think is the most important. Okay, so you do not need to understand word by word phrases, all the sentences. You don't need to. You only need to understand the whole context are not actually doing reading yet. Okay, you run your eyes over the text, you look at the text, you notice any important information that you think, oh, maybe this is the important one, and then you jot down. Okay, maybe this is the important one. Okay, and then you jot down again. Okay, so skimming is for you to speed up your reading and to save your time, because if you are using skimming in tests, then you will save a lot of time uh, completing your questions, because in test or exam you have specific you have allocated time, right? So you must do everything quickly but smoothly and in order. Okay, so skimming helps you to do that. Okay, so skimming used to gather most important information or the general one or the gist of it. Okay, so the examples of skimming, um, let's say you want to read newspaper, whether it is the online one or the paper one. Okay, you don't actually read every single page, every single corner, because you might not be interested in that. Okay, so you skim. How you skim, you look at the section, you look at the title, and then you choose, oh, okay, this article sparks interest in me, so I want to read that. So you skim based on section, based on title, images, maybe, oh, you are attracted to a picture posted, so you go there and read. So you are skimming. Okay, um, and then while you are at the article that you like, you maybe you don't have much time to read all, so you skim the general information of it. Okay, so and then you move to another article. Same to magazine, you read the table of contents, you choose the articles from there. You don't read everything, but you choose. Okay, and then maybe you want to go for a vacation or staycation and you are looking at travel brochures. You look at, oh, the attraction of that particular place or benefits of going there, or maybe you are attracted to discounts. So when you are attracted to something in the document you are looking at, and actually you are doing skimming. Okay, you don't read all, you just read the most important and the least important. Okay, so skimming. How to skim? If there is a title, then you read the title because the title tells it all. Okay, nobody will ever wrote a title that doesn't relate unless it's a clickbait. You encounter clickbaits, right? When you scroll the internet, the online portal. Okay, clickbaits, although it seems that it is not really related, but still there is something inside. Okay, because we cannot write a title that doesn't have any relation at all to whatever is written. Okay, so read the introduction. After you read the title, then maybe you read the introduction part, or if there are more than one paragraph, you read the first paragraph. Okay, and also in that particular first paragraph, you don't read everything. You read the first sentence of it, because if you still remember, when you want to write essays, a paragraph of essay, the intro part, the intro part is where you introduce, okay, the idea, and then the last part is where you summarize the whole thing. So to skim, you read the first sentence, you read the last one, the last sentence or the last paragraph, and then you look at the pictures, the charts, graph, any italicized or boldface words. Okay, because if they italicize it, if they boldface it, then it is important. There is some importance in it. Okay, that is why they did that. Okay, so these are basically how you skim. Okay, so uh, Remember, title, introduction, first sentence of paragraph, pictures, boldface, and then the summary of it. Because it's like you need to try to skim the paragraph. Try to skim, okay, skim the general information or the gist or the most important information that you in that particular text. Okay, so this one you try to read. I'm going to call names to ask what do you get from your skimming. Okay, the first person I would like to call is Afif Jasmine. Afif, are you there? Afif.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. You try to skim and tell me what you got. Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
we need to make the all the all the sentence become more simple, so we can understand and make conclusion easier for us to do.
Sure.
Yes.
How to simplify
Uh,
this particular paragraph is about how to simplify.
uh oh,
What is it about?
it's about
It's about what?
it's about
Hey, what did I tell you earlier? How to skim? What do you need to look at?
first sentence.
Okay. So what is the first sentence about?
Cover everything.
Cover
Uh,
everything. What?
yeah,
When?
cover the titles, subtitles, side features, and visuals. Ah,
Uh, so you need to cover everything when? When?
when we when we read the when we read the our sentence.
Yeah. Okay lah. Okay. You say that. Okay. Okay. Let us ask another person. How?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Lubna, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. What?
Uh, can you repeat the question because I lost my connection just now.
Read whatever is in front of you and give me the answer.
Give me second, madam. Um, for skimming, firstly we have to look with the title. Um, for the first sentence to introduction, and like you say that we have to look with the last of the paragraph of something that talk about with to conclude all the information that given. Um, sorry, madam, I need to check it twice, and we have to look for the key points also. Maybe that's all for me.
Key points. Hmm. I want to hear from Jasmine.
Yes, madam.
What is this paragraph?
In this paragraph, uh, it's tell when you want to skim and scan a text, you need to read everything and scan the title, subtitle, side features, and visual. And when you want to get the content of the text, you need to check the heads and subheads because in there you may find some key terms that introduce and define.
Okay. Thank you, Jasmine. I would like to hear from Noreen. Do I have Noreen here?
Yes, madam.
Yes. What is this paragraphs about?
It's about how we want to skim and scan a text. It's tell us that when we skim, we need to rate everything
Mm-hmm.
that in the paragraph, like title, subtitle, and side features, or
Mm-hmm.
even a visual. And we need to identify the contents of each part, and so that we don't miss the key terms that have in the text.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to listen from Haris. Haris.
Yes, madam.
What
Mm,
is it about?
If we are skimming and scan, we need to cover everything. Mm, and everything and wait for
And what? I lost you. Oh. Besides covering everything, what is it just now?
uh,
Okay, never mind, Haris. Never mind. But your first part is correct. Okay, the last one. I want to listen from Amar.
Yes, madam.
What is the text about?
It is about how to skim and scan. When we skim, we have to read everything, title, subtitle. Sometimes in the paragraph, and sometimes the information is in the paragraph, so we need to check for the entire page. For the visual information. Uh, okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Amar. All right, so Jasmine give me correct answers. Noreen give me correct answers. Amar give me correct answers. While Afif and Lubna, you did not read the instruction, right? Because your answers stray away from what you need to give. Okay. You need to read the instruction there first. Try skim this paragraph in 30 seconds and share what is it about. And what is it about? You skim. Afif, your second answer is correct. You talk about you need to cover everything when you skim and scan. Okay. But Lubna, your answer is actually you are explaining on my previous slides. Okay. So you need to be more careful on the instruction there stated. Yeah, especially in tests. You have your instruction there. You have to follow the instruction and give answers based on the instruction. Okay, so by all in all, Jasmine, Amar, Nurin have shared with you the correct answers of what is this paragraph about. So actually about how to skim and scan. So how to skim and scan, because you look at the title here. The title itself tells you what is it about. And then you look at the first sentence. When you skim and scan it to cover everything, and then you pick some of the items here, and then you talk about you need to check heads and subheads because there are key terms inside. You need to identify the content. So yes, your answers just now are correct. That is how you skim and scan, and the information you take out is correct. Okay, so if we see here, okay, in other words, okay, this text is about, in other words, when you are skimming and scanning, you need to cover everything, check entire page, notice clues, notice graph, charts, and title sentence. When you skim, you read. You actually you don't read lah. You run your eyes. You move your eyes from sentence to sentence, and then you detect which are the important information related to the title. Okay, because normally you will have title, especially for long text. Just now is considered as long text. Okay, short text maybe short text or excerpts maybe 1 to 5 sentences or 1 to 3 sentences only. Okay, so if you have a short text, then maybe yes, you don't have title, but it is easier for you to detect the topic or the context of it because it's very short. Okay, but for longer text, they will give you title because it will ease you uh, to uh, to understand what is the text about. Okay, so that is about skimming. Now we go to scanning. So just now skimming is you gathering gist, but scanning you gather specific information. Okay, you have your own set of questions that you need to answer. So when you read, you find the answers to your question or to your list or to your whatever preference that you want to find. Okay. And when you read the passage, you ignore unrelated information. So when you run your eyes over the sentences or the phrases, if you think, okay, when your brain think that those sentences are not related to your question, they will ignore it. Okay, so actually you are doing scanning. Scanning is finding specific information quickly based on whatever questions you have, and you ignore unrelated information. Okay. If you wish to go to the toilet or washroom, just go. Okay. Uh, so scanning. Scanning is a bit more in depth, a bit more in detail. Okay. So skimming first, and then you go to scanning. Example of scanning. You are doing a Google search. What are you looking at? You have your own list, or maybe you want to look for ways to answer tasks quickly, maybe. So the list, the question is there, the theme is there. So you are doing the search, the Google search based on your leads here. Okay, based on list. You don't normally if you are searching something because you have something in mind that you want to know. Okay. Another example is, okay, you want to go home, you want to go somewhere using bus or airplane, you want to book ticket. So you have your preferred time to depart, preferred time to arrive. You have your preferred uh, apa tu company that you want to use their service. Okay, maybe you don't want KKL, you want some other buses company, or maybe you don't want to fly in Asia, you want to fly in Mars or whatever uh, airlines company. Okay, so you have your own set of preference. You have your schedule. So when you look for the tickets, then you narrow down your search by following the schedule you have. So when you narrow down, you are actually doing scanning. Okay, a graph. For example, if you have graph of sales or charts, uh, or yearly charts. Okay, you don't look at the whole thing. Maybe you want to look at the uh, first 3 months or first 6 months. Okay, so when you have or when you narrow down or when you have specific things that you want to look at, then you are doing scanning. And you don't only scan text, but you also scan charts, you also scan lists, scanning lists, scanning pictures. Okay, so skimming is for general information, scanning is for specific information. Sometimes in skimming, um, uh, you might change or you might alter the information you got from skimming uh, when you go into the scanning phase. Okay, because when you skim, you don't really know what you want, you don't really know what are you actually looking at. But when you move to the next phase, which is scanning, then you might leave out information that you don't want, or you might find for more information that you want. Okay, so please don't be mixed up between skimming and scanning. Okay, how to scan is first you state the information, you write down whatever that you want, you know your list, then you state it, you write it down, and then you expect the answer, how it will appear, or what clues that you might use. Okay. For example, expectation is like, okay, what is the type of document that you are looking at? You are looking at a website or you are looking at a magazine, a newspaper. So magazine, newspaper, website has you need to know first, okay, which section is at which part. Okay, because you want to narrow down, right? So this section, sports section, for example, is located at the last part of the newspaper. So the clue is, okay, you need to find news about sports at the last part of the newspaper. Or for example, you want to search for dates, or the question is asking you about using WH question when. When refers to timeline. So timeline, maybe you will see years, you will see month, you will see numbers. So the clues to your questions. Okay, you need to expect first. And then use headings to identify the sections. You look at the title, you look at the headings, and then you selectively read. Okay, after you gather all 1, 2, and 3, 1, 1, 1. Okay, the first 3. After you state, after you expect, after you identify the headings, then you selectively read and skip through sections. Okay, so in skimming, you skip. In scanning, also you skip. Okay, skipping sections is the similarities lah between skimming and scanning. Okay. Okay. Scanning. Scanning book statement. Scanning your account bank to see, oh, this month I have done much shopping. Previous months I have done a lot of saving. Scanning book statement. Scanning account statement. Okay, yes, you are scanning too. Okay, let us do some practice. But this one is just me going to explain to you lah. Your practice is different. Okay, the information you are going to look at BC Hydro website. Okay, a screenshot of a website, and then you need to answer this question. Okay, the question is about who is handling inquiries, what is the after hours media line, and where to find events held by the BC Hydro. So you have to bear in mind you are going to look at a website. Okay, when you look at a website, you need to know the layout of a website. Not knowing as you know exactly, yeah, but you have the general information of, oh, a website should look like this. They will have these tabs at the top part, at the left side, at the right side, at the bottom part, and what will appear at the center part. Okay, you need to have that imagination about a website. Okay, and then you look at the question. The question will always use WH question, WH. Okay, so you look at who equals to person. They are asking you for the person. What equals to things other than person? Okay, other than people. Where equals to the place or the location. So inquiries, what is the so in the first question, the keyword is inquiries. What is the meaning of inquiries? Questions, some Q&A, FAQ, because in website they will always write FAQ, right? Frequently asked questions, okay, inquiries, contact, who to contact, okay, and what is the after hours media line? What is line? What is media line? Phone number, okay, line, they will line equals to phone number. Where to find events held? Events, so maybe in the website they tell you about the events. They have events, so they tell you where they tell you about it. So where can you find the events? So the website is this one. Okay, this is the website, the normal layout of a website. You have tabs here, here, and then you have something at the middle, in the middle, and then you have about this week. About this week, normally information about the website lah, or about the week, because it's stated about this week. So who inquiries? Where can you find it? Who is handling inquiries normally related to about us, contact us, FAQ, because it's talking about inquiries kind. So you may look here, about us, about this week, quite similar. So maybe you may look here, see me here, inquiries, okay? Or media looking for further information should contact the media relations staff below, okay? Contact. So this is the place for your potential answers, okay? See me here, inquiries, Susan, Dinah, manager, after hours media line. So which one you should pick? Because the first name you have inquiries, same word in the question, and see me here is the name of a person, so related to the WH stated in the question. So this one. But should you pick the name or should you pick the number? Okay, so it depends on the question just now. Are they using who or are they using what? So who, so the answer will be see me here. Who is handling inquiries? See me here. Why you don't choose Susan Danite? Because it is stated she is a manager. She is not handling inquiries. Okay. And then the second question is about what is the after hours media line. So straight away you see here after hours media line. Normally it will be placed in about a section also, if in a website. So after-hours media line, so this is the phone number, so you should take the phone number. All you should not leave any number, and you should be careful of the numbers used, because even if you wrongly write one of it, it will be considered as wrong. Okay. And then the third question, they ask you, where can you find about the events? So events, maybe they tell the reader about the events in articles or in a specific sections. So if it is in article, then maybe, okay, you look at the center part. For example, post. Post equals to article posted. So you look at these titles. Are there any thing related to events? Okay, so if you don't find anything related, then maybe it's in the other side that you haven't looked at. So you have look at here, you have look at here, here also you have look at, you cannot find any words stated there, events. Okay, now you are going to look at here. Can you find any word, the same, similar word from the question? Events. Yes, here is events. So maybe the articles is inside. So to answer the question number 3, where can you find events held by BC Hydro? You can say at the left side of the website under the tab of news. Okay, that is how you answer questions for skimming and scanning. For scanning. Okay. But in your test, you won't have questions like this code, because this is just for practice, because you need to have the background knowledge of whatever you are looking at. Okay, so you are looking at a website, so you need to know what is the layout of the website. Right. This is most likely to be the format of your test. You have text and you have questions. Okay, just like normal test. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to call 4 person to answer these questions. But first read it for 2 minutes, and then I'll call randomly 4 people. Okay, let me just call the first person to answer this question is Zahirin Adli. Okay, Zahirin Adli, the first question. What is your answer? When did the play reach England?
Yeah. What is the question, madam?
Huh? Come again?
Oh, what is the question?
Hey, the first question lah. You cannot see it?
Concept. Oh, uh, 1348.
1348. What makes you choose 1348 as the answer? Hmm.
Because there's a word,
Because the word reach England. Okay. Yes, because the word reach England and because of the when. When timeline. So yes, you have since you only have the year here, then that would be the answer. But you have to be very careful if let's say the sentence is like the Black Death, a terrible plague reached England in 1348 by some immigrants, for example. Okay, so between in 1348 and by immigrants, which one should you pick? So you should referring to the WH question, when. So when only referring to the timeline. Okay, since you only have the year that, and of course, yes, that will be the answer. Okay, thank you, Zairin. The next question I would like to call Nazmi, are you there?
Sorry, madam, are you calling me?
Nazmi, yes.
Yeah.
The answer to the second question?
The answer for the second question is who seem the most likely to be infected with the plague is the man rather than woman, and the young and strong rather than the elderly.
Okay, what makes you choose that as your answer?
Because the word attack.
Because the word attack. So attack is equals to which word in the question?
In fact,
Infected. Okay. Yeah, so attack equals to infected. And what makes you choose the whole sentence rather than half of it?
because the whole words states because the whole word state the whole point. I mean, uh, the whole word have a point.
Means if you choose only half of it, the answer is not complete.
Yes.
Yes. Because yes, the whole sentence is talking about who seem to be infected. Okay, because if you only choose man rather than woman, then it's not complete because between the man and the woman, okay, let's say they choose man, but is it the young or is it the elderly? Okay, because you have extended answers there. Okay, so if you have sentences like this, you have extended answer, you need to look at the extended answer whether it is related or not. Okay, so since this is related to the first part of the answer, then you need to write everything. Okay, so thank you. Number three, question number three, Farah Wahida.
Yes, madam.
Number three, what is your answer?
How did the people avoid the plague? People carried the sponge soaked in vinegar and pieces of flour called tussis musis to get off the plague fumes.
Okay, what makes you choose that as your answer?
Because the avoid is the same sentence with the word off.
Okay. So what makes you choose the whole sentence?
I think the whole sentence has the important point, so I should choose all of the sentence.
Okay, yes, thank you. So yes, people carry sponges in vinegar until to ward off the fumes. Because actually another reason is because the last part of it, to ward off the fumes, they are specifically talking about fumes. So they are actually avoiding the fumes because the fume is the one making them getting infected by the virus or whatever. Okay, so yes, you choose or select everything from the sentences. Okay, you must not uh, stop halfway. Okay, sometimes my previous classes they stop until half part of it, called to simuses. Uh, it is correct, but it is not complete. So if you have 2 marks, then you might have only one. Okay. All right. So the fourth question, the last one. Melissa. Melissa. Melissa.
Yes, madam.
Okay. What is your answer for the last one?
What was the blood really caused by is the blood was carried by fleas on the rats they saw everywhere. So the cause is similar to carry.
Carried. Okay. So you choose everything. Fleas and the rats they saw everywhere.
Yeah.
Is they saw everywhere really important to be included in the answer?
Um, for me, it's important because if did not state it, we don't know that has it or not. I think so.
They saw everywhere is actually referring to there are a lot of rats, and because of that, the fleas carried by the rats is a lot too, and that is why the plague started or spread it. Okay, so they are showing importance for everywhere. So that is why you add it in the answer. Okay, thank you everyone. So I guess you will pass your test, especially in the reading text. 100% because you know how to choose the answer. Okay. All right. So that is all for skimming and scanning. Okay, so basically, that is what you are going to do. Just skim, scan, and then you answer questions based on the text. So the conclusion for this particular slide is skimming and scanning is used when reading all type of document, text, pictures, graphs, chart, brochures, magazines, all sorts of document. And then you skim to get the idea about what will the document give you or present to you, the information, okay, to get the idea, the general idea, and before you actually begin to read, because you don't really read it, okay, you just run your eyes over the sentences. Okay, so it is before reading. And as you skim, as you gather the information, you should think about the topic, think about your own background knowledge, and then you relate it, and then you start to guess the details, more details that you're going to find. And then you move to scanning for specific information. You have your own set of questions, you have your own set of lists, and then you work quickly when you skim and scan. Skimming and scanning should not take much time, okay, because you have your lead already, and skimming is for you to only run over the text. You don't really need to read it and understand everything. Okay, so yeah, that is all about skimming and scanning. mm, I'm going to move to the next one, which is the contextual clues. Can you see the slide? Why is not appearing here? It doesn't appear. Hmm. Some yes, some no. Wait, ah. Can you see it now? Okay, right. Contextual clues. This one is important. Another important skill because you always or sometimes encounter with words that you don't know the meaning, that you need to look up into thesaurus or dictionary, but maybe you don't have time or maybe you don't have the permission to do it. So you should depend on the text by using contextual clues. Context is the text itself, the situation in the text, the context of it. The clues is the hints inside the text, maybe before the words that you don't understand, maybe after the words, maybe the surrounding words. Okay, so we have four ways to use contextual clues to decipher unknown words, to know the meaning of the words that you don't know. Okay, so the four words the four ways are going to be explained after this, which is the first one is the definition. Okay, so if let's say you stumble upon or when you read, you come across the words that you don't know, you need to first try to look for the definition of the word. Normally, if there is any definition, it will be before or right after the word. Okay, they define first and then they give you the word, or they give you the word first and then they define, uh, or they restate. Okay, they restate the word, meaning they repeat the phrases or sentences lah. So the example is like this: while planning the party, Susan was prudent with the guest list, acting with great caution and care not to invite anyone with whom she wouldn't want to jump around in a bounce house. Okay, so first you need to look at the context of the particular text. Okay, the context is about a party. Okay, when you look up to the words before this prudent word. Okay, let's say you don't know what prudent is. So before prudent, you saw party. So the context is about planning a party. And the word after the word prudent is guest list. So party, when you plan a party, you need to have normally people will have guest list. Okay, so what is the relation between party, guest list, and the word prudent? Okay, you look at the surrounding of the word. acting with great caution and care not to invite anyone with whom she wouldn't want to jump around in Bounce house. So this one, not to invite anyone. Okay, so she's planning a party. She's having the guest list. What is she doing with the guest list? Because she don't want to invite person that she don't like. Okay, so maybe she is acting with great caution and care. Okay, maybe when you are having your guest list, you don't want to have someone that you don't like, so you select. You are selecting the guest list. So when you are selecting, you are being very careful. You are being very cautious because you really don't want people that you don't like to be there. Okay, so prudent might be acting with great caution and care. So sometimes they don't tell you directly. They won't normally tell you directly. Okay, this is the definition of blah 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 blah. No, never that way. Okay, so they just have to fit the definition inside the text, inside the context. Okay, so the definition in this case is stated after the word, acting with great caution and care. So you need to look at the word before and word after, and then try to figure out, oh, party guest list. Party guest list don't want to invite people they don't like. So what is actually she is doing? So great caution and care definition. Okay, this is the explanation just now lah. The second one is you use the examples given. Okay, maybe they don't give you definition, but they give you examples. Examples, you must clearly see if it is about actions, there are examples of actions. If it is about presents, items, things, they must give you examples, the names of the items, the names of the presents. Okay, examples. Uh, uh, there are more than one normally given. So for this particular example, look at the sentence. Davin procrastinated to avoid his homework all day, watching TV, playing video games, and even writing thank you cards. So let's say you don't know procrastinated. What is procrastinated? In this example, they give you the examples of the work Davin did to avoid his homework all day. So instead of writing or doing homework, Davin watched TV, play games, write cards. So play games, watch TV, write cards are the examples of work that he did to avoid doing his school or homework. Okay. So in this one, so when somebody is avoiding something by doing something else, what is he actually doing? So maybe he is delaying. You delay, you avoid because you want to delay. You don't want to finish it first. Okay, so basically you are delaying. So procrastinated, maybe you delay or you put off. Okay, you put off your intended work. Instead you are doing something else. Okay, so you look at the context of the sentence to determine, oh, they are giving me examples, so what is the meaning of this example? What is the relation of these examples to the word that I don't know? Okay, so the second one is definition. This is the explanation. Okay, the third one is whether there are synonym or antonym. Synonym is similar word. Antonym is the opposite word that is opposite. So how to determine whether whether the word given is synonym or antonym? So the easiest way is to look at the linkers or the connecting words or the conjunction. Okay, if they use and, then maybe, oh, this is the synonym. If they use but, or they use instead of, okay, then maybe it's the antonym. So you look at the connecting words or the conjunction to determine whether it's a synonym or antonym. Uh, like this example, Mark wanted to impress his date with the dinner he prepared, but the massive ice sculpture centerpiece he made with the chainsaw between courses was just superfluous, extra, and unnecessary. Here they give you other words, extra and unnecessary. So and here, that's how I say if they use and, is a synonym. So the synonym of superfluous is extra and unnecessary. So this meaning of superfluous. Okay. The second example is Priscilla is so humble and modest that she could never be called haughty. What is the meaning of haughty? So here is given you humble and modest. Okay, humble and modest. Humble and modest because they use here and it is synonym. But you still need to look at the whole sentence that she could never be. So humble and modest never be called haughty. So this one, the first two is the antonym of haughty. So what is the antonym of humble? The antonym of humble is arrogant or pretentious. So the meaning of haughty is arrogant and pretentious. Okay. So even though you have here and, but you still need to look at the connecting phrases. So it means a different one, the opposite one. Okay. So synonym and antonym. The fourth way is substitution method. If they don't give you definition, if they don't give you examples, if they don't give you antonym or synonym, they give you nothing, then you need to try this last way, which is substitution. You try to substitute word with whatever you know. But how to substitute, you need to look at the context again. For this sentence, as you might expect, the acid that burned a hole in the table also has deleterious fumes. So it is about acid. Acid burn a hole. Acid is something negative. Okay, something negative. So when the context is negative, the word that you are going to choose should also be negative because the sentence here is not contradicting to each other, meaning also has deleterious fumes. Okay, this particular phrases is referring to the acid. Okay, no, they are not contradicting. So when they are not contradicting, if the context is negative, the word that you need to substitute is also negative. But if the phrases is contradicting with the context. Okay, maybe here they are talking about acid, but there is something here talking about water. Okay, and the fume maybe is referring to the water. Okay, so water is something neutral, something positive. So the substituted word should be positive. Okay, besides looking at the context, you need to look at the sentences, whether they are contradicting each other or not. Okay. So deleterious fume. Let's say you don't know what is deleterious. Okay. Acid, we know there are more than one state. Okay, they can be liquid state, they can be gaseous state, maybe it can be in solid state. Okay. So now it is talking about fumes. So what can we substitute deleterious with? Acid, negative word. Acid is harmful, acid is dangerous, acid is corrosive, acid is bad. Okay, so try to substitute. Um, okay. So here they give you first the positive word pleasant. So of course you cannot use positive word because the acid that burn a hole also has pleasant fume. Acid will never have pleasant fume unless they give you exceptions like that. Uh, so it is not suitable because acid is bad, burning a hole is bad, pleasant are good, pleasant is something positive. So it's not suitable, it's not it doesn't fit in the context. So you should look for a negative word, which is, just now I told you, is harmful, it is dangerous, it is corrosive. So try to replace deleterious just now with harmful. As you might accept that, as you might expect, the acid that burn a hole in the table uh, also has harmful fumes. So acid harmful. Okay, okay to be used because the context suits each other. Okay, harmful, dangerous. What about dangerous? Dangerous fumes still be considered okay because harmful is equals to dangerous. Okay, but just now I told you another word is corrosive. Okay, since we are referring to fumes, the gaseous state of an acid. Okay, gaseous state is something that we can inhale, we can smell it using our nose. So if you use corrosive, the fumes, if we inhale it, if we smell it, our nose may corrode because you say it's corrosive. Okay, so corrosive here is not suitable. It doesn't suit the context of fumes, gases state. Okay, if is this is talking about liquid state or solid state, maybe yes, you can use also, but you can also use corrosive. Okay, so contextual clues is uh, solely based on the context itself. Uh, you need to understand the context, the situation, right? So we have 4 ways as now. Definition, example, synonym or antonym, and then substitution. Substitution is for they don't give you any clues, so you need to try and error and try again. Okay, 4 ways to find the meaning based on contextual clues. Okay, so let us try here. Choose the correct meaning of the underlined word. I would like to call Anna. Anna, are you there?
Here, madam.
Okay, Anna. Can you try to give me answer for question number 1?
Question number 1. I would like to answer B.
B. Okay, why you choose B? What ways just now did you use?
I use the method, synonym and antonym.
Synonym and antonym. Antonym, where is the synonym or antonym? Where is the word?
I think it's made up the first one.
The first one.
The definition of the like sentences with
Definition.
I choose the answer B.
So where are the definition? Where are the definition just now you said? The warm-up pictures. Never wearing socks. So that defines what? Defines eccentric. So definition lah. So it is, just now you said B, right? Strange. Why you say strange? You don't say normal or messy.
For me, I think that's so weird.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. Okay, the answer is correct. Yes, strange. Thank you, Anna. You can mute yourself. Okay. The answer just now is correct. Okay. Our baseball team's pitcher has a few eccentric habits, strange habits, such as throwing exactly 13 warm-up pitches and never wearing socks. But this one is not actually definition, because when you use words such as, this always refers to examples. So examples, the first example is throwing exactly 13 warm-up pitches. Second example is never wearing socks. Okay, what makes you choose it as strange instead of normal? Okay, maybe it is normal, or maybe it is messy, but why strange? Because the word exactly 13 and never wearing socks. Never wearing socks. The context is baseball. You are playing baseball. You're wearing shoes. So why shouldn't you wear socks? Why you never wear socks? It's actually strange for a baseball team, uh, pitcher or whoever inside the baseball team never wearing socks. And exactly 13 warm up. So every warm up session, they will throw exactly 13. So it's strange. It is not normal. Exactly 13 and never wearing socks. So that is how you determine the answer, by the context and by using the way of, okay, given is example. Okay. And then after you got your answer just now, you can also try the last way, which is substitute. You try to substitute again and read again. Has a few strange habits. And then if you think, oh, strange suits that particular sentence, then uh, you can go with it. Okay, so you can always use more than one way to answer the question. Number two, Aubrey. Aubrey. Okay. Aubrey, what is the answer for number two?
A. Cloudy.
Okay, why you choose cloudy?
You could not see the bottom.
Because you could not see the bottom. So which way do you use? Definition, example, synonym, antonym?
Synonym.
Synonym. Murky, synonym with?
Cloudy.
Cloudy in the answer or cloudy in the text?
The answer.
synonym should be in the text, not in the answer.
More.
Just now, the slides, the synonym is inside the text. It's not in the answer.
Mm,
Way. Still synonym. What is given in the text?
In fact, the water was so cloudy you could see the bottom.
The definition, example, or synonym and antonym?
Definition, I think, madam.
Definition. Okay, so the definition of murky is water was so cloudy you couldn't see the bottom. So, what is the answer? Still cloudy.
Madam, I, I think I can do that. I think still cloudy, madam.
Still cloudy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, you don't have, imagine you only have this particular sentence and this particular choices of answers as your reference. Okay. So after heavy rains, you don't have any dictionary, you don't have any apps, you don't have any other ways to find the answer. Okay. Besides your own background knowledge. Okay. So after the heavy rains, the stream became murky. In fact, the water was so cloudy you couldn't see the bottom. Okay. So murky, what can you replace murky with, or what is the meaning of murky? In fact, the water was so cloudy. So this one, in fact, is the definition. Normally is used for definition. The water was so cloudy you couldn't see the bottom. You already have cloudy here. So why should you choose another cloudy to be inserted or to be replaced or to be the meaning of this one? They already give you cloudy there. Okay, so you couldn't see the bottom is actually the other or the extended definition for murky. So it is bottomless. Okay, you must not choose clear because stated here clearly cloudy. Cloudy is the opposite of clear. Okay, in this sentence they don't contradict each other. Okay, they are parallel to each other. Murky and the definition about cloudy, so clear is out of your list, so you are left with cloudy and bottomless. Cloudy, you shouldn't choose it because you already have cloudy in the sentence, so you are left with bottomless. And you look again, so is bottomless suits with the definition? You couldn't see the bottom equals to bottomless. Okay, so yeah, the answer is B actually, not cloudy. Because cloudy is stated and clear is out of the list. Okay. So you have to look at the context. You also have to look at the definition. Make sure you don't choose any repetition to be the meaning. Okay. All right. The third question is for Hisham. Hisham.
Yes, madam.
Okay. What is your answer for number 3?
Uh,
Huh?
I think the answer is C.
C, because
Uh, Numerous paper cups, ticket stubs, and cigarette butts. I think it's same with trash. So I think the answer is trash.
Okay, because you think they are trash. Numerous paper cups, ticket stubs, and cigarette butts are what? Example, synonym, definition?
I think is example.
Example, okay, because they state clearly the items. All right, so thank you. Yes, the answer is trash. Another way to detect whether it's a trash or papers or products is you can see the context of the sentence on the stadium floor, on the floor. So nobody will ever put products. Products is something new, something really good in good condition on the floor. And some more, paper cups, ticket stubs, and cigarette butts. Paper cups, yes, maybe it's a product. Ticket stub and cigarette butts are not products. Okay, they are leftovers or equals to trash. Okay, the leftover of your cigarette, the ticket after tu, the tie or ticket when you want to enter the stadium, right? Okay, so it's trash. Okay, papers, yes, all those things are papers, but papers is just the category of the examples, and it's actually cigarette is not actually made of paper, the whole thing. Okay. So products is out, papers are out. So trash, debris equals to trash. All right, number 4. Irdina. Yeah, Irdina.
Yes, madam.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4, I think the answer is B.
B.
Criticize. Yes.
Because
Yet he ignores every opportunity to press them. I think it's example.
Example? Sure. Sure.
Wait. North. I think it's example.
Example.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Your answer is correct, but that is not an example. That is actually the antonym of it. So the first part takes every opportunity to censure his players. Yet is something opposite. Okay, the sentence is contradicting each other. Yet he ignores every opportunity to praise them. So it's the antonym praise, antonym to censure. So censure. So the antonym of praise should be criticize. Okay, your answer is correct, but your way is not really. But as long as your answer is correct, then that's fine. Okay. The next question, the 5th question. Ava.
Yes, madam.
Okay, the question number 5.
The days will be forgetting the shopping because they need to save money. I think the answer is A, economical.
Because
the clue is they wanted to save enough money to buy a house.
they wanted to save enough money to buy a house. That's a definition, example, or synonym and antonym.
They said like the units agreed to be very frugal in their shopping. And the example is wait, is frugal. The example is they agreed to be very frugal in their shopping, and the synonyms, I think it's frugal. Is it?
the given clues is definition. Frugal
because they wanted to save enough money.
uh,
Definition is
wanted to save enough money is a definition of frugal. So yes, it's economical, but that is a definition given. The clues is definition, not example.
okay.
Okay, alright, number 6. Kai Sarah.
Yes.
Number 6, what is your answer?
I think it's C.
C, because?
Yeah, because it is antonym for very neat appearance at this the interview.
So
That's
very
the answer.
antonym. Antonym to unkempt.
Ah.
Okay, so
Yes,
messy. Okay, yes, correct. Because another one is although. Although is used for contradicting phrases or sentences. Okay? Alright. The question number 7 is for Kibria.
Yeah. Give unusual thing. I think it's synonym.
Synonym.
Wait. Give. Uh, uh, synonym.
Name, eh? Okay, one example of antonym.
For unusual things.
Unusual thing because you need, yes, the answer is correct, synonym. But okay, you shouldn't let's say you are going to choose example. You shouldn't choose example because there are no examples of items there. Okay, so example is out. It is not an antonym because you don't see any contradicting signs. Okay, so yes, it's a synonym. Okay, number 8, the last one. Shakira. Shakira.
Yes, madam.
Okay, number 8, the last one.
I think the answer is C.
Answer C because?
Because the clue was he was surprised.
He was surprised. Okay, yes. Expecting renewed, but surprise, it was renewed instead. Okay, so it's an antonym. All right, thank you. So yes, that is how you guys try to figure out, okay, which one is the answer. This one is easy because they give you the choices. But maybe in your test, they won't give you any choices. You need to try and error which one is the best answer. Okay, so that is about contextual clues. Make sure you know which way to use. You can distinguish, okay, this is definition, this is the example, this is the synonym or antonym, or you cannot find anything, then you need to try to use substitution method. Okay, please know how to use it lah, because even if, okay, let's say you are having online test, okay, you have the access to your phone, okay, but you might not have access to time. Okay, maybe it's time consuming for you to search one by one. Okay, maybe. Okay, so try to master these contextual clues skills. Okay, all right, so I'm going to show you the last slide, which is the pronoun reference, the last and the simplest. Where is that thing? Hey, Eva, your cat wants to learn also.
He only wants to sleep, madam, on my laptop. Get away. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's normal for cats. So you buy him another laptop lah for him to have his own sweet time on his own laptop.
I wish I had enough money for him, madam.
Okay, the last slide, pronoun reference. This one. So pronoun is, you know the pronoun? Kata ganti nama, the words used to replace another word, pronoun. And then the reference is the word that the pronoun refers to. Okay, this one. So what is a pronoun? A pronoun replaces a noun or other pronoun, so you don't have to repeat them. And the word that pronoun refers to is called reference. So that is why the slide is called pronoun reference. The reference of the pronoun. You need to be very careful with the reference of the pronouns. For example, in this sentence, Alia owns a bike. Her bike is red in color. She bought it with her own money. She loves it very much. So Alia is the first person here. Her refers to Alia. She refers to Alia. So here, her is a pronoun. Alia is a referent. She is a pronoun. Alia is a referent. Her is a pronoun. She is the referent. Okay. And then bike. Her bike is red in color. She bought it. So it is the pronoun and the referent is bike. She loves it. So here you see another item, money. But she loves it very much. She is loving the bike or she's loving the money. Okay, so you need to know. This one refers to bike. The second the reference is bike. Okay, so basically pronoun reference, you need to know, okay, this pronoun is referring to which one, that pronoun is referring to which one. Okay, because and sometimes the questions will trick you where where the potential answers is lying around or revolving around different pronouns and reference. So they want to confuse you using the pronoun and the reference. You are not being careful with the pronoun and its reference, you might give wrong answer. Okay, so these are the common pronoun type words. Okay, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, myself, yourself, himself, ourself, themselves. Okay, so you need to also be able to distinguish singular, plural. Okay, and okay. Oh, the cat is writing something. Singular, plural. Okay, and then the last two here, this one and this one, this and this. So you need to know this is for singular, this is for plural, that is for singular, those is for plural. So if let's say in the text is using those, so what it should what is the reference for this? To distinguish lah, okay? If that it is something far from you, if this it is something near to you, here, there, okay? You need to revive your memory of pronoun and what is the meaning of it. Okay, their refers to um, the ownership of a group of people far from you. Okay, so you need to know and revive your old memory. Okay, and the activity is actually like this one. You just need to distinguish the pronoun and its reference. For example, John ate the cake his sister baked for him. John, okay, his refers to John. Pronoun his, the reference is John. Him, the reference is John. Okay, it was delicious because she is a wonderful baker. It refers to cake. She refers to sister. Okay, so she equals to um, sister because she is used for women. He is used for man. It is used for things, items, or animals. Okay. She's a wonderful baker, much better than their mother. Their refers to John and the sister's mother. They are sharing the same mother. Okay. If the pronoun here is better than John's mother, then maybe John and the sister is sharing the same father but different mother. Okay, you need to carefully look at the pronoun. Okay. After graduation, she had studied cooking at a famous French chef's school in Paris. So who graduated? Who's graduating? Who graduated? She refers to the mother or she refers to the sister. Because the sentence before is talking about the sister and the mother. So you look at the context. Cooking at famous French chef schools in Paris. So related to wonderful baker. So of course she is referring to the sister. Okay, and then it had experience for her. The experience is referring to which ones? It is referring to the experience, but which experience? So here, experience studying in the chef schools, and when she left there refers to Paris, not referring to the current location of John and the sister. Okay, to return home, she was probably the most accomplished chef in her city. So whose city? Sister city. So maybe the sister and John is living in a different city. Okay, because it's stated in her city, in sister city, not in their city. Okay, so different pronoun will bring different meaning for the passage. Okay, so in your test later on, before you answer the questions, you need to identify the pronoun, you need to identify the reference, so you won't miss. You won't be giving wrong answers. Okay, so why actually you use pronoun? Because you don't want the sentences to be boring. You don't want to be repetitive. Okay, let's say you try to use the same word and not using pronoun. John ate the cake John's sister baked for John. The cake was delicious because his sister is a wonderful baker, much better than John's and his sister's mothers. So it will be very boring and repetitive and very hard to reach. After graduation, his sister had studied cooking, blah, blah, blah. So if let's say you don't use it, so what sentences or what phrases that you want to repeat? Okay, so it will be very repetitive, boring, and hard to write a good essay. Okay, so you need to know the pronoun, how to use the pronoun for your own writing, and how to determine the pronoun and reference for your reading. Okay, so So that is all for pronoun and reference, pronoun reference. And basically that is all for our class today. And next week is your holiday. Okay. Okay, but before you go for your holiday, then of course you have to complete your weekly task. I already uploaded in Author, upload in Author in individual activities. So let us just show you je lah what is it about. Why is it like this? Yeah. Okay. So this is how your exercise looks like. Okay, you need to skim and scan the text and then answer this simple question and then do this contextual clues exercise. This might be the same with your test. Not exactly the same lah, but the way of it. Let's say like this. This one they ask you to determine the meaning of the word. This one, confiscate. For example, the first one, determine the meaning of the word, and then you determine the clues. Okay, the definition and the clues. Okay, this is the exercise. But maybe in test they give you the word and the sentence, and then they ask you to come up with another sentence, a different sentences, but using the same context, or the same meaning. So just try to do this so that you can be familiar with where to find the clues, what is the clues, what clues can you use, and please do not use dictionary, okay, because you need to use only the clues inside the sentence. Okay, so please do not use any dictionary. It's very easy point. You have your clues here, so just try to come up with the definition of the word. Okay, make sure you do this. You have only 12 questions for contextual clues. Okay, and skim and scan is, in test they don't tell you right away lah. This is skimming, this is scanning, but you will have the text, you will have the question like this one, and maybe you have pictures, okay. And you maybe this one they don't give you title, okay. So it's a bit harder for you to distinguish what is it about lah. But maybe but in test normally they will give you title, okay. So you do this, you submit, and consider this as exercises for your test, okay. Don't skip that. Make sure you do that. Don't copy your friend's answers, because in test you cannot copy your friend's answers. And even if you copy, you might not know what you are copying is wrong or correct. Okay. Alright, so before I end the session, thank you for coming today. Looking forward for your submission, and happy holidays. See you in week 8. Okay. Week 8 is no Jimmy session. Only self-learning. Yeah, I uploaded in order. I stated there already the what? The due. I always state the due in order, so you have to look at the order and see the due date. Okay. Alright, so thank you, bye everyone. Have a nice holiday. Okay, dah, you can bye.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.